This is our first feature film.
It was very exciting for us, you know, first-time directors.
I had been a story artist here at Disney for 14 years.
And Byron was also an animator.
Chris was supervising story and editorial and the voice recording, and I was supervising animation and characters. But there was a lot of crossover.
Hey, check it out! What?
And there's Rhino in his ball.
The thing with John is that it turns out he's everything you want him to be. I mean, he's such a great leader.
What I always loved about these two is their heart.
And story is definitely my first love.
She decided to go with Rhino off screen, into her eyes, and that's it.
Directing an animated movie is a massive undertaking, and we really had a lot of great momentum going, and we wanted to hit our deadlines. So one of the things you have to be able to do in animation as a director is to be able to race from meeting to meeting.
We each weighed more than 250 pounds at the beginning of this production, and now we're...
Yeah, it's a good weight loss program.
Yeah, we ran up and down stairs a lot.
That's incredible.
Some of the biggest hurdles making the film, I think, was the schedule, because we were making a pretty huge film in a short amount of time.
And to be able to work with artists who are involved in one discipline, then the next, and the next, and to be able to stay focused and be able to give notes and contribute and help all the different departments channel their energy towards the same goal.
It's all about like the scale increasing as we go.
Right.
So that's always been the image I had in my head.
Actually, one of the biggest challenges in the movie is a little detail, but it turned out to be a big challenge to solve, and that was the leash. And when we first proposed it to the crew, a couple folks went white. And at first we thought the animators were going to have to keyframe the leash, actually animate it by hand, but our genius software folks wrote this amazing software that helps to animate the leash and simulates the stretching and pulling.
If you're making a computer animated movie, don't tie two characters together.
No, don't do it.
It'll only break your heart.
It will.
That's a weird place to put a piano.
We have an amazing and passionate crew, and they really want to show the world what they can do.
People made a lot of sacrifices and gave everything they had, and I think you see it on the screen.
I think Chris and I were both so impressed with how much of themselves people did pour into this film. These films do take a long time to make, and people spend a lot of time at work, and just to find ways to break up the work schedule is really necessary, I think, for good mental health. And so they brought in this huge inflatable hamster ball. And people were jumping inside and running down the hallways and running back and forth outside the studio. And it's challenging. Did you do it? Did you get inside?
It's very tiring.
It's very, very tiring to do. So that I have a lot of admiration for Rhino and his fellow hamster.
That is fun.
The animators decided, probably, I think like 9 or 10 weeks before the finish of the film, that they weren't going to shave anymore. And so we all kind of unified and grew our beards.
Everyone doesn't shave until we're done with our work. Yeah. And somehow that motivates us to finish. It's an act of solidarity. Really. Yes.
Yeah, I would say that throughout the whole movie, the schedule is very tough on the animators, and they're working really late hours, and then we were making big sacrifices, and so we asked them to give just that much more, and that's when I think they came up with the idea of growing these crazy beards.
We just love golf. Yeah, golf is fun, and beards. And beards.
Mm-hmm. As a way of showing camaraderie, and you see it in their ridiculous beards.
Oh yeah, some of those beards are pretty nasty.
It'll be huge, man. Huge. You can't touch us.
For me as a first-time director, everything was new. And so I felt like I was in school the whole time, learning about all the different disciplines. I came to really understand and respect each of the different disciplines and what they have to offer.
The most comforting thing, I think, about being an animation director is that you know you're not going to do this alone. You know, you're surrounded by people who all want the same thing. They want to make a great film.